Hey folks, Joe here. Today we're going to do an ice comparison. We're getting into the warmer months here, and my basement's usually a little humid this time of year, so I just run a dehumidifier. Now, normally the trough I just dump down the drain, but a little while back I was thinking I should try making some ice balls with that condensed water. So I gave it a try, and I was surprised at the difference I saw between that and ice balls made from just regular tap water. First thing, the similarity. I've made a whole bunch and I weighed 5 dozen of each one, and the weights came out almost identical, which is frozen water, so they should. I'll put the numbers up on the screen here, but the average weight for all of those, the difference for each ice ball was only off by about, I think it was around 6/100ths of a gram. So very consistent there. On differences, the first thing I noticed was getting them out of the mold. It took a lot more force to just get them opened up for the ice balls from the dehumidifier water. Here's a video real quick on just normal tap water. Hey guys, it's Joe from the past here. Just want to give you a little showing of what it looks like to pull the ice balls out of the molds that are made from regular tap water. And see, these basically just slide right out of here. Very easy, no problems, no sticking whatsoever. And here is a video on the water from the dehumidifier. Hey guys, we're back. You would have just seen the ice molds and the ice balls get pulled that were made from the tap water. These ones are made from the water from the dehumidifier. So let me see, that one came out pretty smoothly, but this is probably still taken double, maybe 3 times the force to pull these out than the tap water ones. See, this one's really stuck. I don't know why the dehumidifier water, I mean, it's going to be a cleaner water because it's, you know, condensed from the air, so it's not going to have the mineral content of a tap water, but I don't know what that would cause it to stick more in a silicone mold. But like I said, probably about 2 to 3 times the force to pull that water, these ice balls out with the dehumidifier water. Another thing is they do seem to be a little more brittle or just structurally not as sound, because they seemed a lot more likely to break in half when I was taking them out of the ice mold. I don't have that on video, but I'll put up an image here so you can see what that looks like. Now, they are fixable when this happens. You can like put a little bit of water on that broken split and press them back together and hold it for a few seconds. They're usually not very strong when you do that, but they usually will hold together for a sling throw. But what we're going to do in today's video is I've got a whole bunch made of tap water and the dehumidifier water, a whole bunch of ice balls. We're going to throw them against a plywood target, and I want to look at the burst from the exploding ice and see if there's any difference between the two of those. Let's go. Okay guys, just a few more things real quick and then we'll get to slinging. First up, the target is about 13.5, 14 meters away. I didn't want to go too far because we kind of want to see the ice blast. Second thing, I have a garbage can sitting up there as a protective wall. Behind that is my other camera, so hopefully we'll get some close-up shots of the ice on the target, and I'm also going to be recording it in slow motion, so hopefully we'll be able to analyze that later. And last, I'll put up on the screen whatever I'm throwing, whether it be the ice balls made from tap water or the ice balls made from the dehumidifier water. Let's go. That was something else I forgot to mention about the differences in the distilled water feeling more brittle. I have seen that before. The ice ball hit the target and bounce off. This is the tap water, so we might see that with these. Wonder if we'll see a distilled ice ball, or not distilled, well, it's similar to distilled water. But the humidifier or dehumidifier water ice ball bounce off the target like that. Okay, I was getting in the groove there for a bit. Not sure, we'll see on the other camera the slow motion. Those ones, just from my point of view throwing them, did look to be a little more snowy in the burst, but we'll get a better look. Another hit with no break. Hey guys, we're on a new day. If you're still with this marathon, cheers to you. There's one more test I want to do. I want to do a short distance drop of both types of ice ball onto this and see if they break or not. You can see my target behind me here. That's going to be my height, so I can get each one the exact same. What I'm going to do is I only made half a dozen of each type of ice ball. So I'll drop 2 from the bottom of the target, 2 from center Diana, and 2 from the very top. I'm also going to run the slow motion, so if they do break, we'll be able to take a look at that. Let's see if they smash on this from a short drop. Okay guys, got 6 of each ice ball. The ones from the dehumidifier water on top, so those will be the first 6, and the tap water will be the last 6. All right, that was pretty cool. Here was the one that, this is the dehumidifier water ice ball that didn't break at second level, which I was surprised by that. It just got a little chip out of the one side. But on the other side, the tap water had this one, which just, sorry, there's some rocks in there from that pit. But just that, like maybe a third of it broke off. But it had 2. I don't remember which one of these is which. It had the one that didn't break at the lowest level, which I believe is this one. It just kind of has a little nick on the one side. And then it has this one that's mostly intact. It has a bigger piece broken off. But this was dropped from the highest level, if I remember correctly. But overall, they all kind of broke. I didn't see much difference there. But maybe the tap water ones are a little bit stronger. But I think a big part of it's just how the individual ice ball froze as to whether it's less fragile or not. Good test. See you at the conclusion. Hey guys, we are at the end. Final conclusion, I will not be switching to dehumidifier water to make ice balls. I'll get to the reason in a minute, but let's do a quick recap. During the slinging, I had mentioned that the ice balls from the dehumidifier water had a snowier look to them. After reviewing the video, I can't confirm that. The only two I could point out whether it was tap versus dehumidifier water were the two that didn't break. Otherwise, they all looked pretty similar. Some were snowier and some were not on both sides. Now, one thing I did look for was to see if there were larger pieces left from the breaks. I'll grab my cheat sheet real quick here. And by a larger piece, I mean like 25% to a third of the ice ball still intact. Now, with the tap water, I got 8 instances of that. With the dehumidifier water, there were 6. So not a huge difference there. Although that said, I do think the tap water is stronger, and that's for 3 reasons. One is the ice balls that hit the target and bounced off. They didn't break at all. Another is the dehumidifier water. Those were much more likely to split when I was taking them out of the molds, which I showed at the beginning of the video. And the last thing was the tap water ice balls did hold up better in the drop test. They had bigger pieces left, dropping them onto the shield. But the main reason I'm not going to switch over is how much more the dehumidifier water takes to get them out of the molds. Just that extra force and stretching the molds out. I'm concerned that they're going to get deformed or tear or something. And I've been using those for years. I want to use them for years to come. So I'm just worried about them getting damaged with how much force is needed to get those dehumidifier water ice balls out. But as a sling projectile, I think the two are comparable. Either works fine. I just want to maintain those ice molds I have as long as possible, so I'll stick with the tap water. Cheers.